Your second line of defense is within your attacker's reach. Your situation is harder to defend because you were taken off guard. He is now in your face and you want him away. Let's take all the tools you've learned in your foundation and apply those to your second line of defense, where your attacker doesn't give you too much room to wiggle. The tools in your second line of defense consist of the wrap, followed by a hook, setting up for a strike, rechambering for a jab to clear the target away. To better understand your second line of defense, let's use this guideline to follow. Relax, ready, half guard, wrap, hook, strike, jab, guard, ready, relax. Let's practice this guideline now on the other side. Relax, regrip, half guard, wrap, hook, strike, jab, guard, ready position, relax position. Let's break down and discuss all your tools, transitions, and techniques in your second line of defense. Your second line of defense is a little bit different because you have to be more on guard since you were taken off guard by a perpetrator that came up too fast for you to pay attention to. You were not really aware of your surroundings at that time. After we've gone through the guideline a few times, we start understanding the basic footprint. Let's talk about this in detail now. You stand into your relaxed position. From this relaxed position, oblivious to everything, you don't notice the perpetrator to your right or left or who's going to attack. The last minute you look up and notice, and at that time you bring your cane up for a half guard, trying to defend yourself, either on the right side or left side or wherever the attacker came from. You pull in that guard tight, with your shoulders in tight and your triangle tight, so it doesn't compress against your chest and you have more like a bumper to defend yourself. From this bumper defending yourself, I want you to regroup, bring your elbows in a little tighter, and push and press out really hard to wrap your target in the head and shoulder area. From here, you've sort of tenderized him a tad, and at this time, scooting forward, you lift the hook up and score his chest and chin area. After you've done that, you set up, as you can see, this is set up, and you swing on out for a long distance strike. Now this long distance strike can be on both sides. It doesn't matter depending on what side you're holding the cane. But after you have this chambered up, and you can see that the crook here is protecting yourself. So just in case the guy is really close and you wrap him and push him away and you came up for the hook and he still isn't out of the way and you can't strike him, come back down with the crook and hit him that way, protecting your hands. From this position here, after you've struck him this way or you came down and you struck him with a strike, pull back and chamber. Sometimes all the way, depending if you have a lot of room, but in your second line of defense, chances are you have to be vigilant. So your chamber will probably be about right here, and then with a hard strike and jab, push into the target, clearing it away if possible. If not, do it again. Do this several times if need be. You can learn more about that in your last chapter, the next line of defense. From this position here, where do you go? Well, I would say go back up to a guard just to make sure your attacker stays at bay, and then when he retreats or goes about, you can stand into it, keeping your eyes on the target as he slowly limps away, licking his wounds. Let me demonstrate your second line of defense from a few different angles. Continue to practice these transitions and techniques in your second line of defense, also incorporating the wrap, the strike, the jab, and the hook all together, making sure that your second line of defense is the strongest it can be. Your second line of defense is designed to protect you from a close quarter attack. Although, if your aggressor gets into your first and second lines, you'll have to retreat to your third line of defense, the shield.